Hello everyone, my name is Tejas and I am with the techpals. Now the techpals is a 501(c)(3) nonprofit organization. We help teach technology to seniors by providing technology education and computers to senior citizens. Now today we're going to talk about the Chromebook. Chromebooks are simple, web-focused computers that run Google apps and services, and they make computing simpler all while being powerful when needed. Now in this video, we're just going to go over some of the basic setup and usage of pretty much any Chromebook model you can find on the market today, as well as talking about some tips that will elevate your Chromebook experience to the next level. Now, before we begin, I just want you to keep in mind that if you go into a store today, you may see some Chromebooks labeled Chromebook Plus. Chromebook Plus and Chromebook models are functionally the same, and all the steps shown in this video should apply to both Chromebook and Chromebook Plus models. However, we will talk about Chromebook Plus features later in the video. So if you have a Chromebook Plus or you're considering buying a Chromebook Plus, we will go over that later in the video. So now let's get started by talking about how you would set up a Chromebook or Chromebook Plus. So when you power up your Chromebook, you'll see a screen that looks like this, and this is the initial setup screen. On this screen, you can configure your Chromebook by doing things like adding your Google account, adding your Wi-Fi network, and a number of other things that are required in order to use your Chromebook effectively. So in order to set up your Chromebook, on the screen you simply want to click the button that says Get Started, and it will say something like Get connected to enjoy all the features on your new Chromebook. So on the screen, you just want to select your Wi-Fi network, and you want to type the password in, and you want to tap the connect button there, and it will connect, and you'll see a screen that looks like this. And eventually you'll get to a screen that asks you how you would like to set up your Chromebook. And this screen allows you to choose whether you would like to set it up as a work device or a personal device. You want to click the personal use button, and then you want to click on next, and then it'll start checking for updates. Sometimes it will ask you to install the latest update. We will be right back once this update is installed. You just want to wait for this process to finish. So now that the update is complete, you will see a screen that looks like this. And on this screen, you want to click on this top option that says enter your Google account and password. And you'll see this next button again. You want to click on that. Now, at this point, if you have a Google account, an email address that ends in gmail.com is a Google account, just type the email and password on the screen. If you don't have a Gmail address, then we're going to show you how to create one here. So you just click more options, and then you click the word create account. And at this point, you type your first and last name. And it will ask for your birthday. Just put your birthday into the computer. And then click next. Then at this point, it will ask you to choose a new address. Just type in the beginning of an email address, like, let's just say you want to create an email address that is techpalstest73024. Then at that point, you just type that in. Now, if the email address is already taken, it will say that. If not, it will ask you to choose a new password. So just choose a strong password, but choose one that you'll remember. And after that, you want to click the next button again. Now, at this point, it may ask you to verify that you have a phone number. Phone number verification is required. So if you don't have a phone number, then just you can feel free to contact us for help setting up a Google account. However, if you do have a phone number, just put the phone number in and then click the next button. Now, at this point, you will receive a message on your phone with a code. You just type that code in and click next. And it will ask you to review again, click next. Then at this point, you simply scroll to the bottom. So if you're on a laptop, to scroll, you put your 2 fingers on the pad and keep swiping them up, lifting them, swiping them up until you see I agree. At that point, click I agree and click the confirm button. Now, at this point, again, you want to click on this little arrow down here. And then you click accept and continue. And then again, accept and continue. Now, at this point, click create password for this Chromebook. Click next and just choose a password. Now, this is the password that you will use to log into your Chromebook. So make sure this is something that's relatively short that you'll remember. And then you want to click the confirm password box and type the password again. And then once you've done that, click next. Then it may ask you to choose a pin. At this point, just click the word skip down there. And then again, at this screen, you want to click skip again. Then click skip. And you'll see the screen saying you are all set. Now, click on this little sign me up here to disable it. That way you won't receive emails from Google about Chromebook offers. You don't want those emails. So you just turn this off by clicking on it once and then click the word get started. And so now once we've done that, you are at the Chromebook desktop. And here you can get started with using your Chromebook. Alright, so now that we've reached the chromeOS desktop, let's really quickly talk about some of the basic buttons and UI elements you'll see on this desktop. Now, you'll see a panel at the bottom of the screen that has a lot of these buttons on it, and we're just going to explain what these buttons do and how they can help you elevate your Chromebook experience. So, the one at the very left side of the screen is your launcher button, and this allows you to just open apps. So if you click on it, you'll see this grid with all of your apps on it, and you can click on one to open it. Now, to open your launcher, you either press on that circle or you press on the key that looks like a magnifying glass. It'll be on your keyboard like that. And from there, you can just click on an app to open it. Now, in the center of the screen, you'll see a bunch of apps. These are your pinned apps, and we'll talk about pinned and running apps a little bit later during our chromeOS personalization section of the video. Now, at the right side of the screen, you will see a clock. If you click on this clock, you can adjust Wi-Fi network, connect Bluetooth devices. You can change the volume with this volume slider. You can change the screen brightness. Or you can hit this, you can power off your Chromebook from here, log out, and you can also open settings. Now, the one next to it, there's another one of these small containers. It has the date. You can just click on that and it'll open a small mini calendar on the screen. You can see that a small mini calendar has been opened on the screen. And above it, you'll see this My Tasks. This lets you add tasks to your Google Tasks. And then next to it is this notification center. And this just shows all the notifications that you've received on your computer. So now that we've gone over some of the basic UI elements, let's talk about accessibility features that make your Chromebook a little bit simpler and easier to use before we get into personalization of your Chromebook, the Chrome browser, and chromeOS applications. So before we start talking about how to actually use your Chromebook, I would just like to go over a couple accessibility features that may make your Chromebook a little easier to use. Now, if you don't want to enable any of these, your Chromebook will still work fine. This is just in case you find your Chromebook either hard to see or you find it hard to hear sound coming out of the Chromebook. Now, to adjust these accessibility features, you just want to click the time, and you'll see this at the bottom right of your screen. Then click this little icon, it looks like a gear. You want to click on that and it'll take you to settings. Now from here, just click on the word accessibility and this will take you to your accessibility settings. Now, the settings that I would recommend if you find it hard to see what's on your Chromebook screen are display scaling and cursor highlighting. So to enable display scaling, you just want to click on this display and magnification, then click display settings, and simply adjust this little slider until you find a value that makes your screen easier to read. So we're just going to keep adjusting it until we find something that looks good. So just adjust it, and once we found a value that looks good, we are done with this setting. Now the other setting that I would personally recommend if you find it hard to see is this cursor and touchpad inside accessibility again. Cursor and touchpad, and to make the cursor slightly larger and a different color so it's easier to see. So just set it to a color that you find easy to see. In this example, I'll just set it to red. Also, click show large mouse cursor and just adjust the slider until you find a size that you find easy to see without being too large. And once you've done that, you've just made the Chromebook a little easier to use if you can't really see what's on the screen well. Now, the other accessibility feature I'm going to describe here is really useful if you find it hard to hear, and it's called live caption. So to enable it, again, you want to click on this accessibility inside settings and click on audio and captions and turn on live caption. Now, live caption will automatically show captions on the screen for any audio you're playing, and this is useful if you find it hard to hear the actual audio. Once you enable it, it is going to download some speech recognition files, and you just want to wait for that to finish. But once it's done, you can easily just close the settings window. And now let's talk about how you can actually use your Chromebook, starting with Chromebook personalization. All right, so before I start talking about how you can actually use your Chromebook with the Chrome browser and with Chrome apps, I would like to really quickly talk about a set of features on your Chromebook known as personalization features. So, personalization features, as the name suggests, allow you to personalize your Chromebook and customize parts of its interface and functionality to make it better for you. And most of these personalization options can be found in the right click menu. And to access the right click menu, all you need to do is take your mouse and with the trackpad put two of your fingers in. And if you press with two of your fingers, you'll see this menu up here. It'll look like that with these three options. So you can just choose these options and they allow you to personalize your Chromebook. In this video, I want to talk about these two options, specifically the shelf position and set wallpaper and style options. So the shelf position option allows us to move that taskbar or shelf that has the apps and the clock and the calendar in it to any part of the screen. So let's say we want it on the left of the screen. You just click left and you'll see that it appeared on the left. Or if we choose right, you'll see it appeared on the right side of the screen. And really, we can just choose any position for that out of these three options. So let's say we want it on the left, it'll stay on the left side of the screen, as you can see. Now, the second option in the list, set wallpaper and style, allows you to customize some of the themes and wallpapers of your system. So if you just click on the option, it has a little paintbrush next to it. You'll see another window open with a wallpaper and an accent color option, as well as this light, dark, and auto. Those are your system themes. So let's start by talking about your wallpaper. And if you click this little arrow next to the word wallpaper, you'll see all of these options for wallpapers. If you would like to add your own photos of wallpaper, we'll talk about how to do that later in the file management section of the video. But if you want to add one of the built-in wallpapers, and there are many of them, you just have to click on your category. Let's say we want one that's a landscape. We just click on landscapes. And then you can just scroll through the list and see if you find one that you like. And if you find one that you like, you can just click on it. And as you'll see, the entire system, including the background, just changed. Now, so that's how you change your wallpaper. Now, there is a other option called accent colors in that menu, and you'll see that it has 4 different colors. And when we set a color, it just changes the entire system appearance to match that new color you've selected, including those options in the clock menu. You'll see get changed by accent color. Now, if you don't like the accent colors that you're seeing, you can always just click on this little slider to turn it off and access the generic accent colors, which apply to every wallpaper. But if you want one of the brighter wallpaper specific colors, you just click on that option and you'll see all of the wallpaper colors. And lastly, you'll see that light, dark, and auto at the bottom of the screen. That's your system theme, and that'll let you choose whether you would like to use white or black as your main color on your system. So if it's at light, you'll see we're using white and some really light pastel shades on our computer. Whereas if we choose dark, we'll see those darker blacks as our main color. So you can just choose either one, it depends on what you like. Now, you may notice there's a third option, not just light and dark, but there's also a third option called auto. And if you click on auto, it'll just set the light, but that's because I'm recording this during the day. If I was recording this after sunset, it would have turned to dark mode because auto automatically changes between dark and light depending on whether it's the daytime or past sunset. So it'll be light mode during the day and dark mode during the night after sunset. So in this menu, you can just choose whatever option you would like, and that is your system theme. So now that we've finished talking about our personalization options, let's get to talking about the Chrome browser and Chrome apps. App on your Chromebook. Browsers are apps that allow you to access resources on the internet, and so they allow you to do virtually anything on your computer. And your computer comes with a browser called Chrome pre-installed. Now, Chrome is an incredibly popular browser with over 70% of all internet users using Chrome, and that's for a reason. Chrome is fast, reliable, and will open pretty much every website you want to without any issues. Now, to access Chrome, you just want to click on the icon with the red, yellow, green, and blue. You'll see that on your computer right there. And you just want to click on that. And you'll see something that looks like this. And this is your Google Chrome app. So on your Chrome app, you'll see a few buttons. And let me just explain what those do really quickly. You'll see this X here that closes Chrome. You'll see this little square that makes your Chrome bigger. and you'll see this little minus that makes your Chrome smaller by putting it back in the taskbar. Now, there's an important difference between the X and the minus. The X will close the app so you'll lose all of your tabs, but the minus just minimizes it and you'll always be able to open it again without any changes being made. So then you'll see this little plus here, and this plus allows you to open what's called a tab. Now, tabs in Chrome allow you to have multiple websites open at the same time. For example, let's say I want to have both my email and maybe I want to have this Chrome Web Store open in another tab. You can see I just click the plus and I open my new web page, and now I can go between them. Like I can see one, and then I can click two, and go between the two web pages like that. And that is one way that you can organize and have multiple different web pages open at the same time. Now, on your Chrome, you'll also see below those icons this little button that allows you to go back. Then the arrow next to it allows you to go forward. So you'll see the two arrows that go back and forward. The third arrow is like a circular arrow. That's the reload button. So this allows you to reload the entire page, essentially meaning it'll open the page again and reload everything on the page like that. And last, you'll see this little icon that looks like a puzzle piece. So that puzzle piece allows you to find your Chrome extensions. And we'll talk about Chrome extensions in a little bit, but all Chrome extensions allow you to do so much with your Chrome browser. And then after that, you see this little 3-dot menu. It has little 3 dots. And this allows you to do things like open a new window or look at your browsing history, which is all the pages you've opened recently, or even go to your browser settings. Now, before we get into Chrome extensions, I just want to talk about a few basic Chrome features really quickly, including bookmarking and customization. So starting with customization, like the personalization features we talked about earlier, you can also personalize your Chrome. So to do that, you just have to open a new tab by clicking the plus button. And then you'll see a little button down there saying Customize Chrome. And here you can scroll through your color selector menu and you can choose various colors. You can see now your entire Chrome is now changing its colors because we are changing our color with the customize option. Now, another thing we can do is we can click on the button that says change theme. And again, you'll see all of those themes really similar to what we saw earlier with personalization. Let's say we want a landscape. We can click into landscapes and we'll see a big list of those wallpapers that we saw earlier. So we can even choose the same wallpaper. So this is how you can customize your Chrome browser and make it look how you'd like to. Now, the last thing that you should know is bookmarks. So let's say you do a search for a website, like you want an encyclopedia, and you find an online encyclopedia like this. Then what you can do is you can simply click this little button. It looks like a little star. You see a star there. You can click bookmark and it'll see done. And then every time you open a new tab and then you click all bookmarks, you'll see that. So that allows you to easily save sites for later. You can just click all bookmarks and you'll see all of the tabs you've bookmarked. So let's say we bookmark the Google email we opened earlier. Then again, if we open a new tab and we click that all bookmarks with a folder next to it, you'll see the email that you just bookmarked. You'll be able to click on it and it will open a new instance of that. So that is how you use bookmarks in your Chrome. Now, lastly, before we start talking about how to use apps from the Google Play Store and from the Chrome Web Store, I want to talk about Chrome extensions really quickly. And to access Chrome extensions, you just have to go to a special website on your Chromebook. And to do that, you just want to click, you'll see Web Store. Here you'll see Web Store. So if you open a new tab and click the Web Store right in the middle, you'll see this Welcome to the Chrome Web Store. Supercharge your browser with extensions and themes for Chrome. And here you can look at various categories of Chrome extensions, such as, you want a shopping extensions or entertainment extensions, art, design tools. So if you click the tools, you'll see lots of interesting tools like a dictionary extension that is made by Google. Or there's one that'll help you recognize any song that you're playing. Or you see there's one that is saying that it can block websites that are bad, such as malicious websites. You'll see all sorts of interesting tools. You can see one that'll help you download YouTube videos. You'll see one that can help you print pages. And if we add an extension such as this one to help you print any web page to a printer, you just click on it and you'll see a little button that says Add to Chrome. So you click Add to Chrome and click Add Extension. And it may open a little tab telling you that you've installed it. You can just click X there. But now if you click on that little puzzle piece I showed you earlier, you'll see that extension now shows up. And if you click on it, then you can do certain things with the extension. For example, let's say we open up a tab like this Wikipedia again, and we click on that print-friendly extension that we just installed. It'll do certain things. So extensions allow you to do more with your browser. Now, before we start talking about some of the more intricate details of Chromebooks like file management, I would like to talk about the basic functionality of Chromebook apps. So now that we've talked about how you can access web pages using the Chrome browser on your Chromebook, I would like to really quickly talk about how you can use different apps on your Chromebook using the Google Play Store. Now, the Google Play Store is an app on your Chromebook that allows you to download other apps, and usually these will be Android apps. So to find the Google Play Store on your Chromebook, you just have to find this little like triangle shaped icon. It's a triangle, and it'll say Play Store if you put your mouse on top of it. And clicking on it will lead you to this window that has lots of different apps in it. And really, any app you could ever look for will be here. So let's say I want this Gmail app. I can just click on it, and then I'll see the install button. And this allows me to install tons of different apps. For example, let's say I want an app to browse the local Target store. You can search for that and you can find the right one and install it. Or let's say you want an app to read PDF files. You can just search for PDF reader. And you'll find Adobe Acrobat, which is a reputable PDF reader app. So there are tons of different apps you can find on the Play Store, and just making sure you find a good app. There are tons of really good apps on the Play Store. So once these apps install, you'll be able to click on that launcher, and again, you can do that by either clicking on that circle in your taskbar or by clicking on the magnifying glass key on your keyboard. And you'll see that those apps are slowly appearing. You'll see one says installing, but the other two show with this little circle next to them. So once they finish installing, you can just open one of the apps, and you can do that by opening the launcher and clicking on one. And sometimes you may see a message saying allow to send you notifications. Just make sure you're okay with that and then click allow. Then you can just go through the steps and it'll take you to the app. Now, one thing you should always do if you're installing apps on your Chromebook from the Play Store is if you see landscape or portrait on the top of your screen, you want to click on it and set it to resizable. and you may see a message saying this app is designed for mobile and may not resize well. Just click don't ask again for this app and then click allow. And then you'll see those three buttons become available. This one again makes the app bigger or smaller if it's already been made bigger. This one closes the app, and this one minimizes the app. Now, if you close an app, you see that sometimes it'll just disappear, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's a pinned app is the only one that won't disappear. So if it's not a pinned app, and if you, then it will disappear. So to pin an app, you have to simply open it, right click on this icon, and you'll see a pin button. So you click pin, and then you close the app, you'll see that that app does no longer disappears from the dock. It will remain on the dock even after you close it. And if you would like to remove an app so that it doesn't show up all the time, you have to right click on it and click unpin. So that's how you manage what apps are on your dock. And really, you can do this for any app. For example, let's say we want to open that Target app we installed earlier. You can see it says portrait at the top. We want to make that resizable. Then we want to click the don't ask again for this app and click allow. And again, we can make it bigger, or we can drag the window to make it larger. And if we just click the continue as guest, and then we can see we can use that app on our computer now. So the last thing I would like to show you in this video is how you can manage your files on chromeOS. Now, managing your files is important as it allows you to keep your Chromebook organized. And to manage your files, you simply want to find the icon that looks like it has a folder and it has a blue icon. So you want to click on that and it'll show you your downloads, play files, and sometimes you'll see files out here as well. So this is a file I downloaded onto the Chromebook, and there are various things you can do, starting with creating folders. To create a folder on your computer, all you need to do is right click and click new folder and just type the name. And you can just move that file that someone sent you, let's say I have this file, into wallpapers. And then just double click on wallpapers to see it. Now, other things you can do is, if you click on a file, you'll see this delete option. And the other thing you can do with a file is you can right click on it and click set as wallpaper. And that'll change your wallpaper to that file if the file is going to be a image file. So you can have all sorts of files, people can send you files, and you just click download, it'll appear in downloads. So then you can just do the same thing, you just have to long press and move it. So let's just say we put this file is in downloads. See, you download a file, you can just move it into a folder by dragging it. So that's how you keep all of your files that you've downloaded organized on your computer. So now let's just quickly talk about the Chromebook Plus series of Chromebooks before we end this video. So if you walk into a store today, you may see some Chromebooks labeled Chromebook Plus. And as I stated in the beginning of the video, between the Chromebook and Chromebook Plus, they should work exactly the same way, almost. So Chromebook Plus models have a few features that use Google AI to do things like enhance your videos if you're taking videos, or video calling someone on your Chromebook, or they have better specs. And one of the better specs are really what makes the Chromebook Plus models worth it. Because Chromebook Plus models have 8 gigabytes of RAM and 120 gigabytes of storage and above, as well as a better webcam and usually a good display. Any Chromebook Plus you'll find will be an amazing experience for web browsing and other Chromebook tasks. Now, really, if you're going to get a Chromebook today and you see a Chromebook Plus, that's usually going to be the best option as a rule of thumb. However, Chromebook models are still quite fast today, so if you really only see Chromebook models, then Chromebook models are still acceptable. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you really like this video, we make tons of other videos. We are the Tech Pals, a 501c3 nonprofit, and we specialize in teaching technology to senior citizens. So on our website, if you ever need help with any of the concepts shown in this video, you can just go to our website, which is https:// and you'll see a little help request button that'll allow you to request personalized help from us. You can also call us at 1-844-TechPals. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy your day.